how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Chicago. There's the Carbide and Carbon building. Look how nice it looks here. We're up on this plaza between the Mies van der Rohe buildings here. 111 Wacker, the Chicago Architecture Center, is on the Wacker side of this. We're on the Michigan Avenue side there. And then there's, see that car just came. This is where Water Street connects with Wacker Drive. Here's the new buildings. See how they match. These were built first in the 70s. Then they built these in the 80s, but they matched. So they might as well have been built in the 70s. These are some of the last buildings that Mies van der Rohe designed. It looks just like the IBM building, just look like many of his other buildings, international style. We saw that Milton Schwartz building, another one of his contemporaries. Hey, Monday, how you doing there, Krista, David? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Compton, straight out of Compton there. Thanks for tuning in from California here. Look at Chicago here. This is Aon, the Prudential. Of course, the Aon looks like the World Trade Centers, but it's smaller. It's just one of them. But hey, we got 50, we're above 50 degrees. We might get to 55. I'm amazed. I thought, there's forecast a bunch of wind. Now, I might be eating these words. I'm not having any wind so far. There you see, look, you see the lowest level, the middle level, the upper level. The stacked street. See that truck down there? It's on the lowest level. And you see how, because there's this empty lot here that hasn't been built, it's ready for, several high-rises have been planned for here. You see how the parking garage is underneath here. You can really see how that's really the ground. And when you're up here, it feels like you're on the ground, but it's not, because you're in what I call the raised streets of Chicago, Lower Wacker, Lower Michigan, Upper Michigan, all that. Mary Therese, thanks for tuning in. Krista, John James, yeah, thanks everybody. Oh, fellow, I walked down there where he's at. We've gone down there. You see how you can access the lower levels. There's the Prudential, the Aon. So since I'm going to be traveling next week, so I should be able to stream in the morning on Monday, but I'll probably miss the YouTube lunchtime because I'll be traveling, airports and rental cars and things like that. We got to go to a site visit. So I have a day job. I think most of you understand it. I'll stream as much as I can next week, but I'll check the message box there on YouTube. Probably I'll miss a bunch of daytime YouTube slots. I might catch my morning and evening TikToks, but I'll probably miss some of those too. And then we're going to stream tomorrow on TikTok for the Streeterville. I may cover the Polar Plunge on Sunday. I may not. It depends on how tired I am and how much I party on Saturday. It's going to be cold tomorrow. It's going to turn much colder, which is a shame. Last year we lucked out. We got a day like today for the Streeterville last year. It was like 50 degrees, and we're going to have a 20-degree day tomorrow, the way the forecast looks. Hey, Denise. Yeah, thanks, Monday. Thanks for understanding. Everybody else here. So, just tuned in here. Oh, there's coming out of the fire department there. There's always constant action at all these fire departments. There's the Aqua here. We're over by Columbus and South Water Street. See, here's the Fairmont Hotel. The Aeon's behind it. Welcome to Chicago. Here's Blue Cross Blue Shield. Chicago's new east side, the Lakeshore East. We'll cross here. Hopefully there won't be a car. Good. So it's always dicey crossing this crosswalk because it's confusing. You go from like one corner to the other corner. But here's a real Chicago Fire Department. Engine number 13, truck number 6, battalion number 1. They got EMS, they got a scuba team, they got a fast boat. We've done this before, dedicated to the memory of Walter Wetruba. He lost his life November 22nd, 1976. I was a baby then. And we'll remember him. That's why they got this nice memorial here. We filmed this before. Here's the Bear firefighter, number 13. Here, let's see if I can, there we go. And here we'll get out of here. Is rural Chicago Fire Department here in downtown Chicago. So Lakeshore East, Millennium Park's that way. We'll head this way. I want to go check out the 400 lakeshore development site, because we won't see it in a week, and so we can see what progress is when we get back into town after next week. Hey, Michael Rodriguez, Dolores Brown there, John James, Chris Schultz, thanks everybody. Yeah, let's see what I missed here. Mary Therese, Denise. Yeah, Monday. Yeah, I think we got everybody here all the way back to the beginning. If I missed anybody, I almost walked into that pole. See how they had a grill? They grill out. I've seen those firefighters grill out there. But see, there's the St. Regis. This is the Aqua. So both of these are designed by Jeannie Gang. And there's BKL. There's a design studio there. There's where you go to the parking. You can go to the Radisson Blue Hotel's right here. And we'll walk on this upper level. There's a lot of housing here. I hope you're enjoying the weather here. So yeah, we got 12:05. We'll just head towards the lake here. Enjoy the sunshine. Feels like a spring day here. Hey, bark, arf, I bark, you groom. Hey, Jim's World Academy. This is a very expensive private school, but if you can afford it, you see how the other half lives here. They got this nice spiral staircase that goes down to the Lakeshore East Park. Look, there's a tree there in the middle. That connects to the pedway. We go in there. There's an elevator. You can walk across there. You can get over to the Marianos. There's a dog park. I think there's a dog park even up here. And look, this is all housing. And there's the Swiss Hotel. That's Upper Wacker Drive. That's the river, and that's the Sheridan across the river. Look at this amazing view. You get to the... This is one of my favorite views of the St. Regis. You can see those undulating curves there. Yeah. So people walking the dog. See, yeah, there's a little dog park here. Water fountain there. You can walk the dog. And we'll get some more views as we head east towards the lake here. But hey, 50 degrees here. Happy Friday. And I hope everybody's having a good one. I totally missed, TikTok were like, oh, go hang out with this guy, probably he was biting people and kicking them, and he gets away with that. People tolerate his behavior because I know he has issues. But it's just it's sad. I don't want the guy's life to be destroyed by social media. I can relate to him because, he's, it's almost like people are tuning in to see his destruction. It's a strange dynamic going on there. But hey, Michael Anderson, Deb in. I just wish more people would care about his well-being instead of just exploiting him for likes. But that's why I didn't. Sarah warned me not to do that. Here's a bike riding through here. But here, look how you can look down. So see how this connects to. We walked through there before. That connects right to the Cancer Survivors Park. And remember we checked out a bike there when we went over Tuesday this week. We took a bike ride down to, or that's why I returned the bike when we went down to Northerly Island. Everything all blends together. Oh, you're at the eye doctor. Okay, that's fine, Michael Anderson. Yeah, I know you got stuff to do there. That's fine. Thanks for letting us know. We got it covered here. It's easy Friday, easy come, easy go. No one's obligated to tune in at your convenience. I tell my moderators the same thing. I said, only watch when you're watching anyway. If you got other stuff to do, I understand. Believe me, And here, we'll just head over. Yeah, we're going to get some wind now when we get closer to the lake. But so far, so good. Sitting in the big chair waiting. Hey, you're actually in the chair right now, the eye doctor. Yeah. Hopefully he won't say you're staring at the small screen too much there. My same thing. I have bifocals because I need it for the text. The small text at the bottom of the screen there. I'm going blind. That's fine, Michael. You got to do what you got to do. You got to, you got to, preventative maintenance there. Go to the eye doctor, whatever you got to do. But here, look at his housing. Of course, when I moved to Chicago, none of this was there. That's where we're going. We're going to walk over. We've been there before. And so here we'll head, look how you, see that's where we came from. We went underneath the St. Regis. And then look at this nice park. Look at that great view to the Aeon. This actually turned out pretty good. Like I said, when I moved here in 1999, this was a 3-hole golf course driving range. There was a few of these buildings were here, but most of these were not. And people even remember the old days when DuSable Lakeshore Drive, when it was just Lakeshore Drive, would come through here, make those sharp right angles, 90-degree turns, and connect over to the north highway there. Yeah, D. Michael, all the Michaels. Hey, got a rental truck here. So they got this little terraced. It's over top of a parking garage, and they made the roof deck a park, which is nice. Now we're getting the wind. You're going to hear the wind. So welcome to the Windy City. There's that little dome. There's a pool there. So here we'll head right down this way. So Cascade Park. What do they call this park here? They actually put the name. They don't even put the name here. Here, we'll go down here. Hey, he's got the fish. They got the fishing net there. It's good. They got the. But you can see Lake Michigan off in the distance. You can ramp your way down, or you can take the steps. Got options here. No, this is Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Yeah, I know it kind of can look like New York City at times. Thanks for asking. Yeah, this is called Lakeshore East. So the loop of Chicago is that way. That's the top of the St. Regis. That's the Aon building. So if you know Chicago, you might recognize the Aon building. It used to be the Standard Oil building. For a long time, it was the second tallest building in Chicago. I think it's now the third behind the Trump Tower because the Sears is still the first. And yes, I said Sears. The Willis is going to lose their naming rights this month because Willis got bought out by Aon. Oh, they're all insurance. Okay, so Deb, yeah, so is March the 17th St. Patrick's Day? Whenever the actual day of the calendar day of St. Patrick's Day, if it falls in the middle of the week, the weekend before, the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day. So if St. Patrick's Day is the 17th, the Saturday before that, either the 15th, 16th, 14th, whatever it is, that's when they dye the river green, the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day. So it'll be green still for St. Patrick's Day because it stays green for almost a week after they dye it, and or at least several days. And then there's a parade downtown. The Southside Irish Parade down in Beverly is on the Sunday before St. Patrick's Day. So I've covered it the last 2 years. It's hard for me to live stream it because of the crowds. Usually we get you as much footage as we can within the limitations of the technology. And everybody has trouble live streaming, not just me. You know, and if you can find somebody that can live stream it, watch them by all means. You know, I'll be doing the same thing. But you know, I'll try to. Hopefully, I'll be in town for that. You never know with my work schedule, but I should be, and I want to be. So, hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Chicago, and yeah, thanks for the questions here. Party like was 1999. Yeah, I know. It was all blur there. I had a lot of fun. I was like 23 years old in 1999, so you can do the math there. I partied it up pretty good. But here we're underneath DuSable Lakeshore Drive. We're heading over to the lakefront here, and then we'll go check out this. Look at this artwork, this development site. Hey, there's some crazy faces there. This is just with chalk. They did some nice. Look, there's like lock boxes here. I wonder who uses. See, jogging in shorts in February. Isn't this nice? We got over 50 degrees. I think we're getting up to 55. People are carrying their coats. Spring weather here by the lakefront. People are shedding their coats here for a day. It's going to be cold tomorrow. And of course, we're going to try to cover the Iditarod tomorrow. They race around. Shopping carts for charity. People dress up. But it's going to be cold. It's going to be back to the 20s tomorrow. Maybe even the teens overnight. But here we'll head over to, this is called DuSable Harbor. Part of Lake Michigan. Hey, jogging in shorts. Look at that. Deb, we have this wonderful, and I appreciate your question, Deb. We have this amazing invention called the internet and these things called Google and Bing and search engines. And you can search, go to Google, type in your question there. We have AI. We have AI that acts like humans now, where you can ask it a question just like you ask me and you typed it there. It'll tell you the information. I am not the internet. I try to do the best I can. I appreciate you asking me. Maybe somebody in the comment chat can help everybody out here with questions. I get frustrated with the limitations of social media. You can imagine how many questions I get a day, and even I get tired of answering every single question like I'm a search engine. So, you know, I'm sure it's posted somewhere. The time is around 10 o'clock in the morning on the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day. I don't know how to be any clearer than that. And maybe there's a language barrier or some other thing. I'm not being clear or being erroneous somehow in my delivery here. But Chris, how you doing there? Hey, good. Chris is back out at the park there. I'm glad that you're look at these people running in shorts here. It's like a spring day here. Look at this. This is great. And here, there's the Coast Guard station there. There's the Coast Guard station. Sometimes we walk out on this. You can walk out where this guy's going here. And Chris, I'm glad you're getting out of the house. Yeah, now's the day to do it here. We got 55 degrees. Get out there with Maddie and let Maddie do some zoomies. Hey, the electric boat. Look at that. They got the little electric boat. There's the Ferris wheel, Navy Pier, and grow, Chris, grow. We're so happy that you're progressing in your recovery, because we know it takes time. So here's the Coast Guard station. Let's do a pan here. Yeah, it's like Cape Cod. Yeah, it looks like a real Nantucket type of seagoing house there. Here's the Anita D. Yeah. So I'm gonna head up to here. We'll go this way. We'll go underneath. Here, let's catch this boat going by. I'm so happy that the tour boats, the architectural tour boats, is February 28th, 2025. The architectural tour boats are cruising through here. Look at that. There's the Lake Point Tower in the background there. There's an architectural cruise boat heading over towards Navy Pier there. We're all on internet time. I wish there'd be one time zone for the whole world now. We're all on the same time here, like Army time. It's hammer time. There's Lakeshore East. Look, there's the St. Regis. And here we're gonna go across this bridge, but on the other side, because we're gonna check out this 400 North Lakeshore. We got 12:17 Central Time Zone here in Chicago. We're an hour behind New York. We're 2 hours ahead of California. We'll go under this little Riverwalk thing. And notice there's a stairwell here, but they got it closed. I very much hope they got the stairwell open on the other side, because that's what we want to use to get up to this bridge and cross over. Hey, Deb. Thanks so much, Deb. I really appreciate it. And hopefully I answered your question there. Thanks so much for the support there. And I don't mind answering people's questions. I get frustrated because a lot of times people stump me and I got to whip out the other phone, and I got to look it up on the internet, or you got to look it up on the internet. And I hope it's easier for you to look it up on the internet, because you know, you either got a computer or a phone there that you can use there. And thank you. Thanks, Deb. I really appreciate Deb in. Yeah. Bossa Nova time. Yeah, I'm a hippie. Like, remember one of the opening scenes from Easy Rider? Peter Fonda, he takes his watch and he throws it away. That's what I want to do someday. When I retire from corporate America, I will take my watch and throw it away. I'm always amazed. There was an architect I used to work with. I was respected. I worked for him for years. On his retirement today, what did the CEO of the company give him? He gave him a clock. And I remember him looking at it. He's like, "Why didn't you give me a clock? I don't need a clock." I'm leaving. I'm retiring. I'm throwing time away. I don't have to show up at work on anybody's schedule. You know, it was kind of ironic. I was like, why? Yeah, I got the same thing. I was like, of all things you could buy somebody retiring, don't give them a clock. You know, I guess it was like symbolic that we're giving you time. Time is money. But hey, here, look at the, so, yeah, welcome to Chicago, the Chicago River. Here's the 400 Lakeshore development site here. It's tip of Streeterville. Look at that. So there's the St. Regis, the Trump Tower, Chicago River. This is all Streeterville. And this is going to be a 900-foot tall. There's going to be 2 residential towers that are going to rise here. This is the old Chicago Spire site. We've been walking by here about once a week at least to check out the construction progress. And so they're adding about a floor a week or 2 floors a week. And it'll rise over the next 2 years. We're on the middle level of DeSable Lakeshore Drive. This is the bridge over the Chicago River. There's that classic view looking east. And the girl from Ipanema. Yeah, the girl from Ipanema. That's great, Chris. That's why Chris and I get along. Chris that doesn't own a watch. That's great. We'll get there when we get there. But hey, let's check out this construction site here. Yeah, 400 Lakeshore. Look how nice it looks in the 50-degree sun here. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to 400 North Lakeshore here. We'll cruise by and see if that crane's moving there. See, eventually the Riverwalk's going to connect there. Look, here comes the truck. They're still hauling out earth there. There it goes underneath there. So here, let's walk over this way. Ernesto, how you doing there? There you can see Navy Pier off in the distance there. There's the Ferris wheel entrance to Navy Pier. So here, oh, sorry, I don't mean to make you sick there. Sorry, I got to zoom out before I pan around there. And there it is, 400 North Lakeshore. How many floors they got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 stories. It's already 8 stories. Remember, we saw this thing when it was a hole in the ground. And then the second tower is going to go there. They haven't even started the second tower yet. So I guess they're going to build this tower first. And makes sense. Why build 2 when you got to sell the first one? So here comes, look at this plane. There's this plane coming through. Julie Reed, how you doing? Yeah, you know where we're at here, 400 Lakeshore, the construction site. Look at that crane, the crane operator. That crane will rise. You know, and I'm sure that, I don't know if they have to move it for the other tower. And somebody asked me what, see, I think that's for the worker safety. You see how there's a worker there? That's why they put this yellow bracing around it. It's temporary. See how they can move it up? As it goes up, they can keep moving it up. It's so people won't fall off when they're working on those floors. It's an OSHA safety thing for the workers. Yeah, Bossa Nova. Get that Bossa Nova beat. Very chill, very chill. Look at that. So what time we got? 12:23. Okay. Here comes a truck. See, there's a truck pulling into the construction site there. It's got some forklift on the back. So we've shown this before. Here's a 3D computer generated rendering of what it's going to look like. 400 Lakeshore, BOA Construction, LR Contracting. There's the 2 towers that are going to rise there. And there's the North Tower. You see it there. There's the construction site. We just walked across this bridge. And here's the Ogden Slip. You can look back to the Tribune Tower. And here, let's walk down into Streeterville here. Yeah, you remember when it was a hole? Yeah, it was a hole and it filled up with the water. That used to be the Chicago Spire hole. That set vacant for over a decade. 15 years that thing sat vacant before they finally got it going again. And I'm so happy. Something's better than nothing. And there are going to be some affordable units in there, believe it or not, subsidized. Okay, so 1224. Yeah, let's head down the Ogden Strip and then we can tootle around Streeterville. Let's go. Well, let's go down this way. If we go down this way, we can go over towards Ohio Street Beach here. We've often walked up that way. You go past Robert's Pizza and Winter's Jazz Club and the nice artist Demura there. I think what's his name? I said it wrong. My brain leaks. I can't keep everything in my head. There's the 400 Lakeshore. I think it's Demura. Yeah, the construction trades. We have strong unions, and then we have a really good construction sector. There's always something being built, either highways or skyscrapers or housing in the suburbs. There's always something going on. It's cool looking, yeah. SB, yeah. So here we're going, once again, we're going underneath the, yeah, let's commit that to memory. 8 stories, the end of February. So we'll see where we're at the end of March, see if they add another 4 stories by then or more. So there's the bike flyover that heads down to Navy Pier. Here's some of the shoreline sightseeing. We are seeing boats, architectural cruise boats in the river. So there's going to be DeSable Park. I hope they complete that pretty soon. Here we'll head up the little muddy slope here. Well, I want to get people's opinion about this, and I'll try to do it as nonpartisan and historically, with an historical perspective. And I'll start this, so bear with me here. I don't expect anybody to agree with my opinions. These are my opinions. I know your political persuasions might be different than mine. I got to fill all this airspace here as we walk across behind Lake Point Tower. We're going to get some wind. We're heading towards the lake, so we're going to have to deal with some wind here. But, okay, I'll start by being critical of the Democratic daily machine, Richard J. Daley. Remember how people often correctly point out that Chicago is a corrupt city, or used to be much more corrupt than it is now. And, you know, the progressive movement in the early 1900s under Roosevelt and others, Teddy Roosevelt, attempted to reform government because the old New York Tammany Hall patronage system and the Chicago patronage system, the Chicago machine politics, would reward people for being loyal to the party by rewarding them with jobs. And you had to sign, like, you had to be loyal to the party line. And it was the corrupt boss machines of the old big city mayors. The civil service requirements were created to reform that, to help government be more accountable to the population, and we would get better civil servants by having people of both parties work in government and not be loyal to one party or the other. Where am I going with this? To me, it seems that the current system that we're being set up at the federal government under the new administration here at the federal level in Washington, D.C., the strategy is they're laying off a bunch of federal employees. I know the government's bloated. It could stand some cut and cost savings. I understand that. But they're not being shy. They're purposely telegraphing that they're going to reward loyalty, and they're getting rid of the civil service requirements, and they're going to make people follow the party line to have a government job. Doesn't that sound like machine politics? You see where I'm going with this? And so if you're on the right and you're critical of the old Daley machine and the old mob, the old boss machines and the corrupt politics of Richard J. Daley and Tammany Hall in New York, the machine politics of big city politics, why would you not be critical of the Republican Party setting up the same system in Washington, D.C., where they're going to gut all the government departments and replace the jobs with Republican loyalists that are rewarded for their loyalty by having a job. You know, even if you're a Republican, can't you find that that's corrupt? It's a quid pro quo. And that's why the old Democratic machines were corrupt. They needed to be amended with the civil service system. Why should we allow the Republicans to do it? So I guess two wrongs make a right. And I know, you know, you could still be critical of the Biden administration. They might have created too many jobs in government, and the government's bloated and inefficient. I can get behind that, but they're laying off 30% of the people that work for the federal, including the federal government, including the people being laid off now, are veterans that are usually nonpartisan, that have served in the military, that their reward for serving in the military, because they have security clearances, is that after they get out of the military, some of them work in government. And not all of them are Democrats, and they're losing their jobs too. I'm just saying, can we be a little bit more empathetic? These people have families, and, you know, I know you might hate Democrats, but you shouldn't hate the kids of Democrats. There's no fault of their own, you know. So that's my little rant. And hopefully I said it as nonpartisan as I could, because I was critical of both parties. And if it's wrong for the Democratic Party to do it, it should be wrong for the Republican Party to reward loyalty with a job, you know. And that's exactly what when I read even Fox News, that's what they said they're doing. You have to be loyal to the president to keep your job. Does that sound American? That sounds like a king to me. And that's why they called Mayor Richard J. Daley, they called him Pharaoh, because he ran the city like a king, and it was wrong. And I even admit that here as a Chicagoan. But here's Ohio Street Beach. There was ice here. The ice is mostly melted. Here we got 1231. And look at beautiful Lake Michigan. Look how you can look up Streeterville there. And required an uneducated and subservient workforce. There you go. Yeah. I like the good comments. Yeah, let's dance. I feel like Rodney Dangerfield. So what? So let's dance. Caddyshack there. He would dance to the Journey music in Caddyshack. So here, let's head into Streeterville. We'll start heading back here. But thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Chicago. We just checked out Ohio Street Beach and Lake Michigan. Here we'll go under the Ohio Street underpass. This is the bike flyover above us. And used bike sale. Go to Bobby's. Let's see it. Check it out. Hopefully I won't lose my connection here. We'll have to walk under this tunnel. Yeah, jobs should be offered to talent, not loyally. I agree, and that's what the civil service. You know, they're gutting the Consumer Protection Agency. You know, it's just, yeah, I understand. Just don't get rid of it completely. You know, then Wall Street can do whatever they want. Fraud. You know, it's just. And the New York Times has an amazing article showing how Elon Musk purposely is hijacking the Republican Party. Elon Musk is not a Republican. He's not MAGA. He's a libertarian. He's using his money and influence, and the current president's letting him do it. And I don't think it's right. Here's the lost dog. Remember, we see this all over. The dog that escaped from the doggy hotel, and it opened the door and ran out, and they can't find it. And we're all fearing it didn't make it in the cold weather. There's a cute dog. Hey, how you doing? So here, yeah, let's head this way. We'll go over here. Hey, they're jogging here. See, he could be jogging outside, but he's jogging inside. Yeah, there you go, Ernesto. So, thanks for listening to my spiel. I'm just working this stuff out in my own mind half the time. I float it out there to see if there's errors in my theory. I like, you know, within reason, having a smart debate about it. If people revert to personal slander and slogans, we're not having a debate. People are just, you know, chanting political slogans. Hey, Will Robinson, how you doing there? Hey, we're Ontario. This is Inner Lakeshore Drive. There's DuSable Lakeshore Drive. See, we were just over there. And here we'll head down this way. We'll head into Streeterville. And we'll see what's shaking here. The dog hopped the southbound train. Yeah, it left town. It said, I'm going to Florida. Took the midnight train going anywhere. Look at this building. It has X's in it. So, of course, the John Hancock was built first, and it was steel frame construction. That's why they got the X's in it for wind shear. It's a real tall building. This building kind of mimics it, but it's concrete. This building's concrete, and that's why they use the windows to kind of do the same pattern there. And you see how the bottom's kind of angled there. It's kind of hidden now. It used to be more prominent in Streeterville, but so many other tall buildings have been built around it that it kind of gets lost now. Hey, the scooters. Look at these lamps. Oh yeah, we're a very diverse city. Big love, big bad city there. Thanks, Ernesto. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, you run over something. Run for personal preservation there. Yeah, if you're running from a lion or something, you know. Flight or flight. Hey, look at this building. What is it called? Offices at Axis. 446 East Ontario. We are east of State Street. And there are east addresses as you go through the south side. There's very few east. The east addresses stop where North Avenue hits the Gold Coast. That's the last ones. Because everything's west, going north after that. North and west. But hey, look at the top of the, that's what I used to call the Furniture Mart. I know it's called something else now. We'll get a nice view to it. Maybe we'll go up there. It's kind of a, there's like a empty tall grass prairie area over there. There's the top of the towers of the John Hancock. And there's the garbage truck. So happy Friday. Yeah, tomorrow we'll do the Iditarod. We'll do that on TikTok. I don't know if I'll get over to do the polar plunge. It depends on how I feel on Sunday. But the next week I'll be traveling, so I probably won't do many lunchtimes lives until maybe Friday. So I'm just letting everybody know. And if I do, it'll be like a different time because I'm either traveling or working during the noon hour next week because I'm on the road. So hey, look at this nice view we get of the St. Regis. Remember, we walked underneath that before we crossed the river here. Here, let's check out this Shirley Ryan Ability Lab here. This is Ontario. And Fairbanks, no, McClurg. This is McClurg, I think. Yeah, McClurg Court here. We're 400 East. The Shirley Ryan Mobility Lab. That's purposely backwards there. They wrote it that way. Look at, I like the underneath of the overhang here. This is a carport here where you can drop off here for the Ability Lab. And this is all part of the hospitals over here. I think this used to be the neonatal center, but that was a Bertrand Goldberg mid-century modern that they tore down. And now we're sad that we tore it down because it was such a unique building. The neonatal center there, you can find pictures of it. No other building in the world looked like that, and we tore it down. Nothing lasts. That's okay. You know, I gotta have, you know, TikTok and YouTube doesn't pay the bills. I really appreciate people's tips and stuff. I appreciate that, but you know, I gotta pay the rent here. So, you know, we gotta travel for work. It's just what we gotta do. Look at the nice Furniture Mart there, and then look at the. See, they got this. How you doing? We got this. We got this empty lot here, and yeah. Look at that. We'll get a better view to it when we get over to the other side here. So we got 1239. We'll probably head over towards Fairbanks here, which becomes Columbus. So this is the hospitals, Northwestern Hospital. There's the Law Center over there. There's some Northwestern University Law Center over there. The neonatal is on the other side of the park. Okay, so they moved the neonatal over there. Okay, so they're okay. So the building, you know what the building I'm talking about? There was a Bertrand Goldberg building that they tore down. What are you talking about pinning there, Julie? It's all good, Chris. Okay, let's see. What did Julie? 360 Chicago is offering free admission. Oh, good. So, thanks, Julie. So the 360 Chicago is offering free admission the first week of March. So maybe on Friday, see, of course, I'm going to be out of town that week. If I was in town, thanks for the good information, Julia. We'll go up there. 360 Chicago is the top of the John Hancock. So if you can take advantage of that, thanks for Chris and Julie for bringing that to my attention. And so, yeah, the first week of March, you can go up to the 360 Chicago. That's the observation deck of the John Hancock, the 94th floor. And I'll talk about that tonight if I can remember it. It's all about cruelty and loyalty, yeah. Cruelty and loyalty, all hail the king. I thought Americans didn't like kings, you know. And people are showing their true colors. We've got a bunch of royalists. We got a bunch of royalists and loyalists. You know, Americans should be independent, right? Here, let's cross the street here. You know, now I wouldn't like, if a Democratic president wanted to be king, I would reject that too. You know, I don't want to be hypocritical about it. We shouldn't accept it from either parties. Here's look at the, yeah, look at that nice, the furniture mart there. I think it's 600 block there of Leclerc here. And here, Northwestern Medicine. They got a big parking garage here. Sometimes I go to the top of these parking garages just to get the views. You get amazing views. And here we'll cross the street here so we can cross this way under the skywalk here. And we'll head across Columbus Drive here. Oh no, well, this is Fairbanks. It becomes Columbus further south. It's always, there you can look down to the Aqua here. Burger King? Yeah, you want to go to Burger King? Here's Stan's Donuts. And there we go. Yeah, we don't kneel. We don't kneel. I agree. You know, Americans are independent. We should be. Think of the Wild West, the pioneer spirit. Think of the original indigenous people, Native Americans. They fought to the end. And we should admire that. Just the resistance to maintain their culture after hundreds of years of forced assimilation, broken treaties. That's why the powwows are important. People don't understand the powwows. They're saying we're still here. We still exist. You tried to destroy us for 500 years and we're still here. And First Nations, I have to respect that, you know. All of us should. Here's, and the same with the other, you know, African American black culture, the Gullah culture. You know, there's other cultures that existed in this country for 400 years. The Melungeon culture. And if you don't think there's a Melungeon culture, we get bluegrass music. The banjo is an African instrument, you know, mixed with the Scots-Irish fiddle. And the singing style is like Irish, you know, for Appalachian music. It's like a jig, you know, and Scots-Irish. The mixture, most of our great music in American music, the innovation in American music, like jazz, rock and roll, it was the mixture of different cultures, creating a new, truly uniquely American style that only existed here by the merging of cultures, learning and emulating each other. You know, that's what Elvis was. Elvis was a crossover. He was the Eminem of rock and roll, you know. So here, let's see. Yeah, let's go this way. Here's a fire truck. So here's a Doubletree Hotel. This is this modernist building here on Fairbanks becomes Columbus. There's the Chicago Fire Department. I don't even see a number on it. There's the back of the Optimus Signature. This is the Helman building. There's some other really large buildings over here in Streeterville. Yeah, ragtime jazz. You got it, without the Black South, as we owe so much to the Delta blues, even the spirituals and the gospel music, soul. Think of James Brown. You know, it's just amazing. So here, we'll keep crossing back and forth. I just want to keep walking here. We got some wind. My hat almost flew off. I know you're hearing the wind here. We're crossing. This is where Columbus becomes Fairbanks. It's really strange how it does this. And actually, I'm going to walk back across here because on this side of the street, I'm going to be in the shadow. And it'll be easier for me to film. If I was on that side, I'd be filming into the sun. We'll be able to see stuff better this way. Here's your parking rates here, Streeterville. There, we got the light here. So there's a Whole Foods here. I think Brandon shops at this Whole Foods. It's really close and convenient. That nice view of the Lowe's, the St. Regis there's a Sheridan Hotel. This is all Streeterville. We're heading south here on Columbus at Illinois. We'll cross the river again. We'll head over towards Michigan Avenue. Yeah, we'll go up this way. We'll go up the stairs here. So you can stay on the lower level here. This is the lower level of Illinois Street. And see how it goes all the way through there, and you pop out the other side. And then this is not the ground where we're going, it's raised above it. The multiple levels of the city here. We'll head up here. Pentecostal. Yeah. Baptistical. Yeah, Pentecostal. Feel the Spirit. So, you know, of course, the religion I was raised in was kind of Seventh-day Adventist. So there's some crossover with Pentecostal, but not exactly. And we weren't exactly Seventh-day Adventists. We were even something more unique than that. It was hard to explain. Hey, look at this nice view to the Tribune, the Trump Tower, the Wrigley Building. Look how the Wrigley Building is just dwarfed by the Trump Tower. And the reason the Tribune looks so much larger, it's a little closer than us, but Tribune and the Wrigley are about the same height. I think the Tribune's just a little taller. But here you can see the multiple levels of the streets here. Eventually there's going to be high rises. The Tribune, they want to build a super tall tower, almost as tall as the Sears Tower here, but it never goes forward. There's the Optima signature. Chris and I have been on there. Brandon lit us up there. We've been on these roof decks. They got amazing views, pools up there. We came down and checked out the food trucks. Let's go to this little greenhouse over here. We'll go to this little park. And yeah, Chris, you remember being here. Hello, Brandon, how you doing? So, yeah, let's head through this little park. No dogs allowed. So here, we'll see what's shaking over here. They got some nice benches here. Look at that view. Look at that view to the Aon, the Prudential, the Aqua. Here's the NBC Tower. We're still in Streeterville here. Yeah, no bands. I remember we come here in the summertime. A lot of times there'll be bands here. And I wish there was. It's warm enough. February 28th. Hey, you see today's, it's an anti-consumer holiday. They say don't make any major purchases from the big anti-corporate movement. It's not affiliated with either party. It's not even anti-Trump. It's anti-consumer. It's anti-corporation. It's more against like Elon Musk and big giant corporations. If you shop local. Shop with your mom and pops. Go to Bravco. Don't go to Sephora. Just like that. Look at this little greenhouse here. You can sit at the table. Yeah, here's the NBC Tower. There's the top of the Intercontinental Hotel. Yeah, let's head over to the Pioneer Plaza. There's people at the Ice Cream Museum. Let's see people. Are they going to stop? They're just going to keep creeping up here. Thank you. So here we'll head into the Pioneer Plaza. We'll get the nice views to the Wrigley Building, the Trump Tower, and the Tribune here. There's protests. There's protests in Des Moines. Hey, thanks Damien. Thanks for letting us know. Yeah, I expect to see a lot more protests as the weather warms up in all cities for multiple reasons, you know. And so it's good to know here. There might be something going on today at the Federal Plaza. I didn't check. Look how windy it is over there. The wind, it's really windy, so we might hit some wind. But hey, look at this nice view. Trump Tower behind the Wrigley Building here in Chicago. We got 55 degrees. People are lined up. It's warm enough to get ice cream. And the last day of February, here you go to the Museum of Ice Cream. Get your name tag here. And yeah, people sitting here enjoying this beautiful sunshine. What a nice day here. But it's going to get cold tomorrow for that Iditarod, which is almost appropriate there if we're going to be acting like we're running in Alaska. We might as well have a cold day. Yeah, the wind's picking up here, so wow, look at this view. Look at that view to the skyline of Chicago, Tribune Tower. Hey, the sunshine, look at these rocks. There's the geese are liking it. Peace, Elisa, how you doing there? Running Rolly Julie Reed. Omaha, 61 degrees in Omaha. That is awesome. Hey, enjoy that weather there. Yeah, last day of February 2000. We made it through February. Once you get through February, we see the light at the end of the tunnel. Spring training's already going on in Arizona and Florida. And we'll start the countdown to opening day. First, we got to get to St. Patrick's Day. Dye the River Green. We'll hope to cover that. Again, I'll be traveling next week, so I probably will miss a bunch of lunchtime live streams on YouTube. I'll still try to stream a little bit in the mornings and the evenings, but if I miss, and appreciate that. And we'll keep on trucking here. So there's the Wrigley. There's the Apple Store. Man, there's a lot of people out and about today. The city's coming alive. This is all we need is some warm weather here. It gets so desolate in winter. Now we're seeing actually people walking around, enjoying the sunshine. We'll head across the river the last day of, how you doing? Last day of Black History Month. We'll go past John Baptiste Point to Sabo here. There he is. Yeah, look at that nice view there. Yeah, his house used to be here. There's the pigeons. There's Joliet Marquette. There's the Wrigley Building. You got 74 in Texas. That's great. Hey, enjoy that. Feels like spring. That's good. We'll take it. So here we're crossing the river again. Hey, take a picture, yeah. Take a nice picture. Look at that view. Hey, the flags. So the wind wasn't as bad as, we'll see what the wind's like tonight. We'll see if we can make it home on TikTok. We'll round out the rest of the week. I'm going to go back and get a late lunch, eat at my desk, check out the stock market. Yeah, amazing view. Thanks, Damien, for tuning in. See, we got people tuning in from Iowa, Nebraska, and Texas, and all over the place. Yeah. Yeah, taking pictures. See, there's the river walk. This is where you catch the water, the architectural tours. Oops, good. And there's the Marina Towers, the corn cob buildings. It's corn, big lump with knobs. We got the juice. Yeah, kids are out. There's where you go down and get the architectural tours. There's the Chicago Architecture Center. Remember we went in there? There's the Streeter boat. Look at this nice view. Look at this amazing view. We get to the Tribune, the Wrigley. Wonderful. Yeah. Memphis, Tennessee. Ernesto, 67. There's nothing to do. You can go hang out at the Bass Pro Shop there at the Pyramid. I know I'm joking. There's nothing going on Beale Street. How's the Grizzlies doing? Yeah, that's hey, you can rent out Michael Jordan's house there for the whole month of March. $250,000. What a steal! 1 month you could rent his mansion there and watch March Madness, play in his gymnasium. Yeah, your to-do list. There's looking north on Michigan Avenue across the bridge here. There's looking towards Wacker Drive. We're waiting for the light to change here. There, we got it. So 12:55, right on the dot here. Mojave Desert, D. Michael, that's not too bad. So it's warmer in Texas than the Mojave Desert. That's amazing. Well, yeah. Yeah, we're in Chicago here. Damien, how you doing there? Yeah. Carlos, it's Carlos. Usually I get to Texas about twice a year. Usually we go down there in the wintertime in December for the holidays and stay through New Year's. That's what we did this year. If I get down there, it'll be summertime. It'll probably be June. We'll wait till the kids get out of school, my nephews get out of school, and my sister, my brother-in-law have an in-ground pool. So June's a good time to go down there because then we can use the pool. Houston's nice, but it's not warm enough to use the pool in December. You wait till April or something. And so we'll get down there. I'll let you know. I do like to travel. And we'll see some more of Texas. But all my exes live in Texas, but I don't live in Tennessee. There's, hey, look at that. There's the Citizen M. Hey, look at the carbide and carbon. Look at the fire escapes here. Here's the old, somebody told me that they work in the old Republic building, so maybe we'll cross paths with them someday. And here's the Citizen M here. And there's housing above. Hey, the post office. We deliver for you. I wonder if are they gonna lay off the entire post service? They're gonna lay off the entire post office, force everybody to use FedEx. Watch, that'll probably happen. The girl from Ipanema. Yeah, learn how to play that. Be nice here across the street here. So there's where we started. We started up there. We're looking at the very beginning. If you watch the beginning of this rerun, we started up there. Here. We'll zoom into the crowds on Michigan Avenue here. Yeah. Well, I keep trying to talk my father to go down there in April because, yeah, usually it's 99 degrees and like extreme humidity. But again, my sister's a teacher, so spring break they usually go to Tahoe or something, and or they go to, like, I don't know, some tropical place like Cancun. So that's usually the window we get when she'll say, come down when school's out, which is after into June, because my sister's a teacher there in Texas, in Houston, for public schools. So hey, we'll wrap this up. Thanks for tuning in here. Thanks, 61 people. Enjoy this nice weather here. Have a great rest of your Friday there. We'll see you tonight on TikTok, and if not, tomorrow at 12:30, I'll start before noon. We'll do the Streeterville. If you want to meet me down there, if you live in Chicago, check it out. It's the end of Fulton Market there at Ashland. There's an industrial clock tower there. That's where they start the race, right across from the Cobra Lounge. West Loop of Chicago. You can get off at the Green Line stop at Ashland. I'll probably take the train there. I'll start streaming on the train. Check me out on TikTok tomorrow. We'll have a fun time covering the Streeterville. And if you miss it, we'll do the reruns, okay? Have a great day. Thanks, mods. We'll talk to you later. Enjoy this weather. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got to check the news. Yeah, I heard Zelensky and Trump they were having a very heated argument, and I'm glad Zelensky's standing his ground because I feel like we're selling out to the Russians, and I'll end it with that. We'll talk to you later. Talk to you later. Bye. It makes us look weak. It makes us look weak. It makes us look like Russians calling the shots for America. I'll talk to you later.